What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Daron/Welly British Airways Concorde single plane. This is a pretty well-known model that has been produced for quite some time now. It is one of two Concorde models that Daron and Welly have made, with the other one being the Air France Concorde. The Air France Concorde is slightly more difficult to find than the British Airways one. Both of them can still be found on pretty much most websites that sell the Daron, Real Toy, and Welly models, and as well as in person in stores and shops and stuff, which is actually where I got this model from. I've had this model for around 2 years. I just had never unboxed it or opened it up before. I kind of wanted to keep it in new condition, but it would be a pretty, I thought that it would make a pretty nice model to unbox, so I decided to just go ahead and unbox it after having it just sitting around for 2 years, not really doing anything. So, I got this model at Hobbytown, USA, like I said, around 2 years ago. I have not been able to find the Air France Concorde yet. I've been waiting to find one in person. I could get one online, but I kind of would rather find one in person. But I'll probably end up having to get one online anyway, because you never know when a Daron model might be discontinued. As far as I know of, both of the Concorde models are still being produced, and Daron does not plan on discontinuing them, but you always would rather be safe than sorry and buy a model while you still can than it randomly being discontinued and then you can never find it again. So this is one of 4 different British Airways aircraft, with the other 3 being the 787, 747, and the A380. And technically it is one of 8 different British Airways models, with the other ones being between the different aircraft. There's the ones that were stickers, and then there's the ones that are fully painted. So total there are 8 different separate models, but only 4 different aircraft. But if that doesn't confuse you, that pretty much is all of the information about this model. So overall, this is definitely a very unique Daron model. Is the only one that was like it, this one and the Air France version of both of the Concordes. I always thought it would be cool if Daron made a special kind of model, such as the Pepsi Concorde or the Singapore Airlines Concorde that used to fly back when the Concorde was still around. I always thought that would have been cool for Daron to make, and maybe they might make one of those in the future. I definitely would like a Pepsi Concorde. I do think the box art design on that would be definitely really cool, I think. That would definitely be a good idea for a new Concorde model that Daron can make. But overall, both of the Concorde models are very nice, very detailed, and very unique models that Daron and Welly have made. Even if you're not really into the Welly collecting, the Daron and Welly models, the Concordes are definitely 2 that I would definitely suggest getting, even for the future. And maybe just even to keep it new condition, such as this one that I was going to do. In case these models are discontinued and the model becomes rare, because it definitely is a very unique model and a very cool one. So with that being said, let's get into the review of the box. So up at the top, there is the British Airways logo, a nice big lettering right there on the top, and then on the front side of it. And then you can see on the cardboard piece on the inside, it has the bright blue sky with the Concorde displayed at the top left. And then the Daron logo on the bottom with the die-cast metal and authentic livery. British Airways displayed on the side, and then on the back for the box art design, there is the British Airways logo displayed on the top again, with the Concorde model in the middle part there, with Concorde displayed above it. The bright blue sky again, and then all the other usual stuff that is on the usual for the Daron models for the box, with the Daron logo at the bottom, and then this is the price tag for when I got it at Hobbytown, USA. And also does have the Welly diecast company listed on the bottom for the Daron and Welly model. That this model was one that was made by Welly and distributed by Daron. Daron has done a couple of these models, as definitely known for with the 777X and the Emirates version of the 777X, and as well as the new UPS MD-11, which was released a couple months ago. So that is pretty much all for the review of the box and for the information for this model. So like usual, I'll pause the video real quick and take out the plane. So here is the Daron Welly British Airways Concorde model. So this will be a pretty quick review for today. Starting off with the front of the plane, there are the Concorde cockpit windows and then the pointy nose cone shape right there. The only thing I was thinking about this model that could have made it, I feel like, a little bit more realistic, and I feel like would have made the model look better overall, would be if Daron or Welly had made the model to where the nose had the slanted down position, which is usually what the Concorde had it. I think it was upon takeoff and landing, it usually had the nose in the slanted down position. I feel like if the model was made to have the slanted down nose, I feel like it would have made it just a slight bit more realistic, added a little bit more detail to it. Overall though, since it is the Concorde, it definitely is still a really unique model. Moving on from that, there is the British Airways logo in the first left cabin door. Then the really tiny Concorde cabin windows go throughout the whole main part of the fuselage, and then the middle cabin door. Same thing on both sides with the cabin doors and the livery design, cabin windows and stuff. And then on the tail, there's the British Airways logo design right there on the tail. And then on the bottom of the plane, there are the iconic four supersonic engines that the Concorde had. And then the Welly logo displayed on the bottom as well. And another cool feature that this model did, that Welly included in this model, was to have the nose landing gear doors displayed at the front of the plane. So, and then there are the usual Welly landing gear, which definitely is the landing gear that are on all the Welly models. Definitely are not one of the most favorite things about these. But for the Concorde, I don't think they really could have put the usual Daron landing gear on it. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty simple model, livery design-wise, but it's still very unique since it is, of course, the very iconic Concorde, the British Airways Concorde. I do plan on getting the Air France Concorde eventually in the future. I'm still kind of trying to wait to see if I find one in person, but I probably should end up getting one online anyway, because if I don't find one in person, I'd rather get it while it's still available than end up missing out on the opportunity, and then it gets discontinued, and then I can't find it anywhere, and then if I find one on eBay, it's usually fairly expensive. Pretty much the whole deal with this usual discontinued Daron planes. So, thank you all for watching. Once again, like I said before, if you do not have this model yet, I do suggest getting it. Even if you don't even open it, just to keep it new condition, it's a very nice model to have. And yeah, overall, definitely a very unique real-time model, a Daron model. So thank you all so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.